Well now, isn't it interesting what captures our attention, what truly makes us pause and think a little deeper? We spend a good deal of our lives figuring out the how-to of things, don't we? How to succeed, how to build, how to achieve. And those are good questions, valuable questions. But I've found that sometimes the most profound shifts in our lives come not just from understanding the how, but from grasping the why, the deeper why, the reason behind the season, if you will. Today, I want to talk about something that sits right at the heart of this deeper why. We'll call it the metaphysics of stewardship, our place in the order of being. Now, don't let that word metaphysics throw you. It simply means looking beyond the surface, beyond the physical, to the fundamental nature of things, to the underlying principles that govern our existence. And order of being? Well, that suggests there's a grand design, a magnificent arrangement to life, and that each of us has a unique and vital place within it. Have you ever felt that? That sense that you're part of something much larger than yourself, something intricate and interconnected? Most people, at some point, look up at the stars at night, or marvel at the changing of the seasons, or observe the intricate dance of life in a forest, and they can't help but wonder, is there a pattern to all of this? Is there an order? And if so, where do I fit in? These are not trivial questions, my friends. These are the questions that speak to the very core of our human experience. You see, I believe that stewardship, this idea of carefully and responsibly managing something of value entrusted to us, isn't just a good personal development strategy. I believe it's more fundamental than that. It's woven into the very fabric of existence. It's our inherent role, our designed function within this vast and incredible order of being. Think about nature for a moment. What a teacher it is. The seasons don't just happen haphazardly, do they? There's a cycle. Spring follows winter. Summer follows spring. The tides ebb and flow with a predictable rhythm. An ecosystem, whether it's a tiny pond or a vast rainforest, operates on a delicate balance where every part, from the smallest microbe to the largest creature, has a role to play. It's like a magnificent orchestra, isn't it? Each instrument, with its unique sound, contributing to the overall symphony. If one section decides to play out of tune, or not play at all, the harmony is diminished, sometimes disastrously. That's a glimpse into the order of being. It's not about rigid, unthinking conformity, but about harmonious interrelation, where each component fulfills its purpose for the good of the whole. Now, humanity, we're a unique part of this order. We've been given this incredible gift of consciousness, of self-awareness, of choice. This means we can choose to understand our place and our role. We can consciously align ourselves with this natural order, or, if we're not careful, we can act against it, creating discord and imbalance. And isn't that what we see so often? The struggle between working with the fundamental principles of life and trying to impose our own will in ways that disrupt the larger harmony? So, if there is indeed this grand order of being, what is our specific part? What is our primary function within this design? I propose to you that it is stewardship. We are not the ultimate owners of this planet, nor of our own lives in an absolute sense. We are caretakers. We are guardians. We are stewards. We've been entrusted with incredible resources. Our own minds and bodies, the natural world around us, our relationships, our societies, the talents we possess. Our task is to manage these trusts wisely, in a way that contributes to the overall health and flourishing of the whole. Consider what this means. When we talk about stewardship of ourselves, our health, our minds, our skills, from this metaphysical perspective, it's not just about personal gain. It's about recognizing that these personal assets are our primary tools for participating in the larger order. A dull mind, a neglected body, undeveloped talents, these don't just limit us individually. They diminish our capacity to play our part effectively in the grand symphony. And what about our stewardship of the environment, this beautiful planet that sustains us? It becomes clear, doesn't it, that if we see ourselves as part of an interconnected order of being, then abusing the earth is like fouling our own nest or cutting off the branch we're sitting on. It's a profound misunderstanding of our place. Good stewardship of the planet isn't just an ecological issue. It's a metaphysical imperative. It's about respecting the system that supports us all. We're tenants in a magnificent estate, and with that tenancy comes the responsibility of upkeep. This principle extends to our relationships and societies. How do we build families, communities, nations that reflect an understanding of this underlying order? It means cultivating justice, compassion, cooperation, and mutual respect. These aren't just nice ideals. They are principles that create social harmony, much like the laws of nature create ecological harmony. When we act as good stewards in our human interactions, we contribute to a healthier, more vibrant social fabric, one that aligns with the order of being. Even our work, our creations, the things we build and contribute, they too can be seen through this lens. Is what we're doing adding value to the world? Is it creating harmony or discord? Is it sustainable? Is it in alignment with life-affirming principles? To be a good steward in our work is to ensure that our efforts are a positive contribution to the overall order. Now, let's touch on some of those underlying metaphysical principles that inform this kind of stewardship. First, there's interconnectedness. This is a profound truth. Nothing exists in isolation. Every action we take, every choice we make, sends ripples out into the order of being. Like a stone dropped into a still pond, the effects spread far beyond the initial point of impact. Understanding this interconnectedness brings a new level of sobriety to our choices, doesn't it? It reminds us that no man is an island. Our personal stewardship, or lack thereof, affects not just ourselves, but the whole. Second, there's the idea of purpose, or what the old philosophers called telos. It's the notion that things, including ourselves, have an inherent purpose, an end towards which they are naturally oriented. Part of our journey is to discover our unique purpose and to live in alignment with it. Good stewardship, then, is about managing our resources, our time, our talents, our energy, in such a way that we fulfill our purpose and help that which is in our care fulfill its purpose too. There's a deep satisfaction that comes from living a life of purpose, a sense of rightness. Third, with stewardship comes responsibility and accountability. If we are part of an order, and if we have a role to play, then we are responsible for how we play that role. And we are accountable, not just to ourselves or even to society, but in a deeper sense, to that very order of being itself. There are natural consequences to our actions. Sow good seeds of stewardship, and you will reap a harvest of well-being for yourself and for the whole. Sow seeds of neglect or exploitation, and the consequences, sooner or later, will be disharmony and decay. The universe seems to have its own accounting system. And fourth, let's consider growth and evolution. The order of being isn't static, it's dynamic. It's constantly unfolding, growing, evolving. Our stewardship, therefore, should also be dynamic. It should contribute to positive growth, to improvement, to the unfolding of potential, both our own and that of the systems we are part of. We're either growing or we're diminishing. Things don't just stand still. As stewards, our role is to be agents of positive, life-affirming growth. So, if this is our place, our role, how do we practically align ourselves with this order of being? How do we become better stewards in this metaphysical sense? It starts with developing awareness and understanding. We have to pay attention. We have to observe how life works. We need to study the principles. The farmer who understands the seasons, the soil, the needs of his crops, he's a good steward because he has taken the time to learn. We too must become students of life, observing the patterns, learning the principles that govern this order of being. This leads to living by principles, not just by impulses or fleeting desires. There are timeless truths, fundamental laws that underpin a harmonious existence. Principles like integrity, responsibility, cause and effect, sowing and reaping, balance. When we align our actions with these enduring principles, we find ourselves working with the current of life, not against it. It also requires a measure of humility. We are a part of this vast order. An important part, yes, but still a part. The arrogance that says, I am the master of all I survey, or I am separate from and superior to nature, that's a recipe for trouble. Humility allows us to see ourselves in right relationship to the whole, to learn, to adapt, and to serve. And fundamentally, it often means shifting our primary focus from consumption to contribution. A good steward asks, how can I add value here? How can I leave this place, this situation, this person, better than I found them? While it's natural to receive, the deeper joy and alignment come when our primary aim is to contribute to the health and well-being of the larger order. Think for a moment about the alternatives. When we live out of alignment with this natural order, when we abdicate our stewardship, what happens? We see it all around us, don't we? Personal frustration, a sense of meaninglessness, societal conflict, environmental degradation. It's like trying to swim upstream against a powerful current, exhausting and ultimately futile. It's the feeling of being lost, of playing a role that doesn't fit, of creating discord instead of harmony. But when we begin to understand our place, when we embrace our role as stewards within this magnificent order of being, something changes. There's a sense of coming home. There's a profound peace that comes from knowing you are playing your rightful part. There's an energy, a vitality that comes from aligning yourself with the vast, life-affirming forces of the universe. It's like sailing with a strong wind in your sails. You move forward with grace and power. This exploration of the metaphysics of stewardship isn't about having all the answers to the universe's deepest mysteries. I certainly don't. It's about recognizing that there likely is a profound order, a grand design, and that our lives gain immeasurable meaning and purpose when we seek to understand our place within it and to fulfill our role as dedicated stewards. It's about looking at your life, at your responsibilities, at your interactions with the world, and asking, am I contributing to the harmony? Am I acting as a wise caretaker of the gifts I've been given? Am I playing my part in this incredible, unfolding symphony of existence? This is a call to a deeper kind of reflection, a reflection on your unique place and your unique responsibilities within the grand scheme of things. It's not just about what you can get. It's about what you are here to give, to care for, to nurture. Embracing this perspective, this deeper understanding of stewardship, can transform not only what you do, but who you become. And that, my friends, is a journey worthy of your finest efforts. Think about it. What does this understanding call you to do, starting today?